For the spiritual reading this morning, I'm going to read a poem entitled God is Born by D.H. Lawrence. The history of the cosmos is the history of the struggle of becoming. When the dim flux of unformed life struggled, convulsed back and forth upon itself, and broke at last into light and dark, came into existence as light, came into existence as cold shadow, then every atom of the cosmos trembled with delight. Behold, God is born. He is bright light. He is pitch dark and cold. And in the great struggle of intangible chaos, when at a certain point a drop of water begins to drip downwards, and a breath of vapor began to wreath up, lo again the shudder of bliss through all the atoms. Oh, God is born! Behold, he is born wet! Look, he hath movement upward, he spirals. And so, in the great eons of accomplishment and debacle, from time to time the wild crying of every electron, lo, God is born. When sapphires cooled out of molten chaos, see, God is born. He is blue. He is deep blue. He is forever blue. When gold lay shining, threading the cooled-off rock, God is born. God is born. Bright yellow and ductile, he is born. When the little eggy amoeba emerged out of foam, and nowhere, then all the electrons held their breath. Ach, ach, now indeed God is born. He twinkles within. When from a world of mosses and of ferns, at last the narcissus lifted a tuft of 5-point stars and dangled them in the atmosphere. Then every molecule of creation jumped and clapped its hands. God is born, perfumed and dangling, and with a little cup. Throughout the eons, as the lizard swirls his tail finer than water, as the peacock turns to the sun and could not be more splendid, as the leopard spites the small calf with a spangled paw, perfect, the universe trembles. God is born. God is here. And when at last man stood on 2 legs and wondered, then there was a hush of suspense at the core of every electron. Behold, now very God is born. God himself is born. And so we see God is not until he is born. And also we see there is no end to the birth of God. God is Born by D.H. Lawrence.